What's going on? It's your boy, Brother Al, and I'm back with another one. And this one is about, are there really any good men out there? All right. Now, this is more so going to be geared towards my American audience, the Western world, Canada, UK, European type countries. If you are from a more traditional country like in Asia or Africa, maybe certain parts of Latin America, go ahead, let me know. And are y'all going through the same thing? If you're a woman, can you not find any good men? Or if you're a man, do you believe that most men out there really not good, really ain't ish, really ain't worth nothing? All right. But anyways, now is this true? Is there really no good men out there? Are most men really bad options for women? All right. Now, and even a lot of these modern type men will also say this too, that is most men really ain't nothing. And that seems to be the mentality in our society over here. Now, here's the thing. What do the numbers say? All right. Statistics show that it's about round about 20% of the men are actually having children with the women. All right, about 20 something percent. Now that's about a little bit over 7 out of every 10 guys are single, unmarried, with no children. All right. Now you can look up these stats on the from the Census Bureau. You can look them up online, do your research. I'm not just making this up off the top of my head. It's according to the Census Bureau, about 70%, about 70% of men, over 70% of men are without children. Okay, that's just for the ease of numbers. They say about 30% of men, and actually, about 30% of men will never reproduce. All right, so like about 2 out of every 3 men over their lifetime will be born and die without never having a child. All right. Now, does that equate to a good man? Well, that's just saying that there's a lot of options out there for women. All right. Now, your average man isn't in jail. Okay. Most men are free men. Most men are not out there committing crimes. Your average man makes about, what is it? I think around about 50,000, 60,000 a year, around about there nowadays. Um, that's about average for your man, which is not great, but it's not bad either. Is he can pay the bills, might have a little bit of money left over after paying the bills to maybe go out once during the weekend or something like that. Um, so what I'm saying is, this is what I'm boiling it down to. The average typical man is not only available, but he's employed in our society, okay? And he's doing pretty good for himself, all right? So, but if you ask the average typical modern woman, she's going to say that most guys got, especially in the African American community, she's going to say most men have kids, okay? She's going to say most ninjas ain't ish, all right? I'm cleaning it up. I don't like to use profanity, but you know how they go, how it goes. Most dudes ain't nothing. Most ninjas ain't ish, and that's pretty much the narrative. But the numbers just do not show that. All right. I'm a person. I'm a numbers guy. I'm a tangible type of guy. I'm a guy. I'm a man of faith, but I'm not a man of folly. I believe actual numbers, actual data, actual statistics, and actual results. All right, the numbers speak for themselves. There are a lot of good options out there. Now, typically, when women are told this, they'll say, "Oh man, but those type of guys are clowns, they squares, and all this, that, and the other." All right, but you can't have it both ways. Most women want Tupac and and Tupac in a suit. I was gonna say Tupac and Obama, but depending on your politics, you might not think Obama is a good guy. But you get what I'm trying to say. They want a thug and they want a gentleman all at the same time. That's not possible. It can be, the guys that really are good at understanding women can present that, but typically you're going to have one or the other. It's not going to be both ways. All right, it's just not going to be like that. If a guy can do that, that guy's really on his stuff. But those guys are very few and very far between and barely exist. All right, he's either going to be a good, well put together guy that most women just don't go for that, you know, or he's either going to be a guy that's a thug that does what he wants, don't really care, and all of that. And most women go for that. Why? Because bad men, I ain't gonna say bad men, but men who typically get termed as the bad boy, right? You know what I'm trying to say? Like guys that they do what they want, they don't care, and stuff like that. They've got more people, and I've actually done an experiment on this to actually see what do women respond to the most. All right, so I actually even set up a little profile just to see, just to do this little experiment, and no bull crap, I've gotten more responses from being negative than I did from being positive. Excuse me. You're better off, men are better off getting a response from a woman saying something that's off cuff rather than a good morning, how you doing. They hate that. All right, that's boring to them, that's cliche to them. All right, they like, so what I'm saying is most your good men in society are not even seen, not even noticed by women. There are plenty of good men out there, there are plenty of good options. All right, but most women are chasing the same guy. They're chasing that thug. They're chasing that guy that does what he wants. They're chasing these quote unquote ain't nothing, ain't ish men, and that's all that they see. That's all that they're attracted to. That's all that they see. They don't even notice the guy that's on his stuff. That's about his purpose. That goes to work, goes home, might hit the gym or something, and just goes home. That's why I tell guys too. It doesn't matter how much your bench press is. It doesn't matter if you make 100K. If you don't have that certain charisma, that certain edge to you, a woman not even going to notice that you exist. So that's why women say that, oh, it ain't no good men. Why? Because they're only attracted and only can see the negative type men, the toxic men. They gravitate towards that because they're attracted to that. And they can't see, they don't even notice the good men. That's why all throughout human history, you have fathers that got involved and said, no, you're not dealing with my daughter. You're not dealing with her. But if the guy was good and had a good square head on his shoulders, then they would be like, hey, you can talk to her. I'll give you my blessing. You can go ahead. I'm going to hand her over to you. Excuse me, guys. A little morning phlegm. I'm going to hand her over, and people think, oh my gosh, you're slavery, but property, you're... No, what handing her over means, look, she was under my protection and my covering. She was under my house, my protection, my covering. All right? And now, even if you got your own place, traditionally that wasn't the case. But even if you got your own place, your father was your main protector, main person that cared for you in the sense of a man. And now I'm handing you over to the husband to be the main one to now look after you and protect you and keep you. All right? Because women, when left to their own devices, will typically choose the toxic men. So good men do exist. We're out here. We're here. It's just that we're not popping up on women's radar because they don't see us, because that's what they're not attracted to, and they're not even looking at that. All right. So they're out there. We exist even in American society, but it's that women are naturally attracted to toxic men, and in our society we don't have a traditional society anymore where the men got involved and helped the woman to choose and did not tolerate, had zero tolerance for toxic dudes, for men that ain't about nothing. But now, since all of those safeguards are taken off, women want the bad guy. They want the rough and tough, jacked up guy. That's what they want. But then that's good for short term attraction. But for long term relationships, they're like, they don't want to deal with that long term. All right, that's when the man should go start diving into his long term game, to where he can go ahead and do the things, be the father figure that she's looking for, be that loving husband that she's looking for, as opposed to just the cool dude around the way that had all this swagger, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's just that women just can't see these other guys, and they look at these other guys, these good guys, as corny, cornballs, geeks, nerds, squares, and they're not attracted to that. That's why they can't see them, and that's why they say ain't no good men. When in fact there are good men, it's just that they don't see them because they're not attracted to them. All right, so that's going to conclude the video. If you watched it to this point, go ahead, like, comment. I want to know what you think. I read the comments. I respond to the comments. And go ahead and share this with somebody. Share this on your social medias. All right, y'all have a blessed one. Peace.